So I wanted to talk a little bit today about the Wheel of Time again, and basically, I did my review, my full review, and at one point I sort of talked about how the show kind of looked fake. The costumes don't look like they've been worn. Like normal clothes, like clothes that you and I wear on a day-to-day basis, they start to have a worn-out look, right? Just subtle. If we lived in a less technologically advanced society without washing machines and all of our modern features, those things might have even more wear and tear. Even if they were nice, people latched onto me saying that everyone was too clean, but I think it's not really a cleanliness issue so much as it is that the costumes look too much like costumes. You give them a bit more wear and tear, you get them a little bit more lived in look, they'll look more real. But even more than that is this issue with the cinematography and just the camera work. The motion of the cinematography feels too vivid, it has a little bit of that soap opera effect you get when you turn up like your True Motion or whatever on your TV that gives, that gives movies and shows that don't look that way, kind of that too vivid, too sped up look. It looks like a soap opera. This isn't that bad, but it's along those lines where it just gives the show a feeling like it's a lower budget show, like it was not filmed with very nice cameras, or maybe just shot in some way that that they didn't have the budget to really give it good lighting or put a lot of money into the cinematography, and it shouldn't, because it's a very expensive show, right? It's not a cheap show. But it just has that sort of, I don't know, it's a fakey look. I think it's better in certain scenes and worse in others, so it's kind of uneven. But I think that actually makes the issues with like the costumes, which are beautifully made, of course, but it makes them look more like costumes. Everything looks a little too real, like as though you're on a set. You don't want your movie to look like you're on a set. You want your TV show or whatever. You want it to look like it's real, a real place. But if you make it look too real to the point where it looks like it's on a set, then it looks fake. It's kind of ironic. There's also just some weird CGI choices. Like I actually, when I watched the non-screener version of this, I liked everything looks better obviously than my screener. And like certain scenes with the Trollocs look a lot better, and a lot of them are actually people in costumes with makeup, and they look really good. There are other scenes when you see the Trollocs like running through the forest, and they look really fake. So it's kind of uneven again. There's a scene in Shadar Logoth where Rand and Egwene are holding hands, looking out over the domed rooftops of the city, and it looks so fake. Like the city itself, when they're walking through the streets, looks great. But this shot, this sort of panoramic, is so fake looking. The CGI is just not there. It looks like something that was made in like, I don't know, the 2000s. I mean, as a piece of art, it would look fine, but it just doesn't look real. And it's very jarring and immersion breaking. So I think that this is my real problem, my biggest problem with the show. I know a lot of people have other problems with the show. They're upset about the different changes, the gender binary, the just a lot of different changes to the story. But you know what? I just come into these adaptations thinking, well, they're going to have to make big changes. They're going to have to. Some you'll like, some you won't like. You kind of just take it with a grain of salt. The more I've thought about it, the Perrin's wife, him killing her, that rubs me wrong. I do think I read what Brandon Sanderson wrote about this, and he said he thought it should have been his master, blacksmith master. But I think it could have just been anybody, really. It could have just been another human, and that would have given him trauma and would have impacted him in ways that could move his character forward. But it wouldn't have been in such a like, holy crap, he just killed his wife. And he was just going to leave town, and there's like no time for anything, no funeral, no nothing, no mourning. It just felt a little extreme. But anyways, I think the main problem is still cinematography. There's just something going on with how it was filmed, edited, whatever. It just doesn't look right. And it should look better for all the money going into it. So let me know what you think. And please, let's not talk about how people in the Renaissance bathed. I don't care. That's not the point. All right. Like, subscribe, ring the little bell. Peace.